4 weeks, the compass had been nothing more than a memory, a silent relic of a summer past. It rested on Eddie's desk, untouched, collecting the dust of ordinary days as the heat settled in and the world moved on. We all thought the adventure was over, that the forest had given up its secrets and finally let us go. But some stories don't have an ending. They just wait for the right moment to begin again. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, it happened. A soft, golden light bloomed from the compass. It wasn't a frantic flicker or a desperate pulse like before. This was different. It was a steady, deliberate glow, a quiet announcement that something had changed. T, now 17, stood frozen in his room. The light from the compass reflected in his green eyes, pulling him back into a world he had tried to leave behind. His brown hair was still just as tousled, his green t-shirt and worn jeans were the same uniform he'd worn on countless explorations. That familiar, beat-up backpack was still slung over his shoulder, almost as if a part of him had never truly stopped searching, never truly come home. He hadn't outgrown the adventure. He had just been waiting for it to find him again. Without a moment of hesitation, his hand shot out, not for the compass, but for his phone. He needed Harper. He hit the call button, his heart pounding a rhythm that matched the steady glow on his desk. A few moments later, her face appeared on his screen. Harper. Her long blonde hair seemed to catch the last rays of sunlight filtering through her window. She adjusted her signature red glasses, but her eyes weren't on him. They were already locked onto the tablet propped up in front of her, her focus as sharp and intense as ever. At 17, Harper hadn't stopped anything. She had become more honed, more dedicated. The nights spent decoding patterns and sifting through signals had sharpened her mind into a precision instrument. Her own uniform, a red t-shirt and blue jeans, was a testament to the fact that she, too, had never really stopped preparing. "It's glowing again," Eddie said, his voice barely above a whisper. He didn't need to explain what it was. He turned his phone to show her the compass, its light filling the small screen. Harper didn't gasp or ask a flood of questions. She was already working. Her fingers flew across her tablet, a blur of motion, as she pulled up satellite maps, cross-referenced signal data, and scanned for anomalies in communication dead zones. She was a conductor, orchestrating an orchestra of information, trying to find the one note that made sense of this new symphony. "It's not the forest," she said, her voice calm and analytical. "The energy signature is different. The frequency. It's stable, not erratic." She was right. This wasn't the wild, chaotic energy that had pulled them into the woods all that time ago. The compass wasn't pulsing with urgency or flashing a warning. It wasn't trying to scare them away or lure them into a trap. Instead, the needle, bathed in that calm, golden light, began to turn. It moved slowly, with a confidence that felt almost intelligent, almost ... intentional. It swept past the markers for the old forest trails, past the familiar coordinates they had memorized, and kept going. Then, it stopped. The needle pointed far beyond any route they had ever taken, toward a blank spot on their maps, an area that just shouldn't be blank. "What's out there?" Eddie asked, leaning closer to his screen, as if he could see through it, to the place the compass was indicating. "That's the problem," Harper replied, her brow furrowed in concentration. "There's nothing. Absolutely nothing." She zoomed in on the location. "The closer I get, the more the signals fade. It's like a digital black hole. Satellite imagery blurs out. Historical records are corrupted or missing. It's not just a dead zone, Eddie. It's like this place has been deliberately erased from the world." They both fell silent, the implications hanging heavy in the air between them. Whatever force had called to them before, whatever mystery they thought they had solved, was just a prelude, a beginning. The compass hadn't just reawakened, it had evolved. It wasn't warning them of a danger they already knew. It was inviting them to discover a new one. The compass wasn't pointing them back to the past. It was pointing them toward the future. Toward a remote, forgotten village, a place scrubbed from maps and hidden from the eyes of the world. A place where a new mystery was just beginning to unfold. The silence from the compass hadn't been an ending. It was just a pause, a deep breath before the real journey began. And we were about to take the first step. Thanks for joining us on this journey back into the mystery. If you're as curious as we are to find out what's waiting in that forgotten village,